I introduced Manus here when Manus was still unknown. Does anybody know what happened to Manus back in December?
It went super viral.
Yes it did.
Maybe not for good reason.
Anything else? Did anybody know the thing called Facebook? They got bought out by them. So when I debuted it, it was in March, and I showcased what it does and how it works, and it was really cool. We built a lot of stuff with it, and then after that, Manus went straight to a paid model. So they were not messing around. They were about making money, and so within 4 months, they were already doing 100 million monthly revenue. So most people build with AI, not thinking about making money. These guys were focused on making money. So tonight, this is our plan. And so we will kind of go through each one. We'll kind of do introductions. We'll do the Solopreneur news, upcoming events, and we'll get right into a first exercise. So we should have, from the registration, at least 35 people showing up. We will see if we hit those numbers. I will need to do a sign-in sheet in a few minutes. But yes, when we do the exercise, I'm going to step out real quick, get a sign-in sheet, and then we'll go from there. Okay? So, I'm Chris. I run a sort of a venture firm, and I've been doing this one right here, Digital Nomad Lifestyle, and this class right here as well. So Digital Nomad's a little over 2 years old. People who travel around the world, work from a laptop, and then the difference between that one and this one is this class you get to go home and still work on your company. The other one, you work on it wherever you are. Okay? So I've talked quite a bit already, and I build remote teams for people, and I show how to use automation in a lot of different use cases. So you've probably seen a lot of companies doing automation, and it's very overly saturated. So it is a very interesting point right now. So this brings us to you, who is in the room. What brought you here? What are you working on? So we'll start with Michael.
Oh.
He's like, why did I move to the front?
Yeah, I couldn't see way up back there. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Michael Halliburton. I am from Jamaica originally. Grew up in Brooklyn. Yeah. I'm currently working on, I used to be a landlord, so I'm kind of flipping the script where my tenants become a part of my business, become an investment. So when they pay rent, they get a portion of the rent back, and we go from there, build the business, right? So that's basically what it is, but you can always check my website out, renttoinvest.com. Getting interested clients. I'm trying to sell this thing $20 a month, right? Not as a subscription, but as part of an investment to grow the business, right? And yet nobody can see. I get a lot of pushback. They say, no way I can pay $20 and get back 60% of my rent after expenses. But you have to sit on and do the math. Okay, AI.
And you don't have to answer everyone.
Oh,
like, anything you're comfortable with.
Okay.
You know. And if you want to pass, just say pass.
Well, I took your class before, and
I
I
know.
said, you don't have the time, so let me come in. So
Okay.
that's why I'm here tonight.
All right. Next.
Hey everyone, good to meet you. Spencer B. Miller. I'm kind of from here now. Been here 18 years, but originally from the East Bay, born and raised.
Okay.
I work at a company called ServiceNow. I help to head their innovation office. I'm not in a solopreneur space at all, but I'm curious as to what that transition might look like.
Yep.
Because we talk a big story in enterprise space, but moving is very slow, sticky, and trying to get anything through large companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I see what's happening in cloud co-work, and I see what people are doing in their own personal spaces. It's very intriguing to me.
Yes, yeah.
My family has a small winery and event center in Northern California that I'd like to help as maybe this pet project on
Okay.
what I could streamline some other processes are, because there's like 4 people that work for it and they don't know technology at all. So
Right.
this would be my like little pet project of maybe what that would be like to consult a small company on it, and
Okay.
I have a vested interest because it's my family.
Of course.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Good.
I think, yeah.
All right.
Good to meet you all.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yep.
My name's Ashley. I am born and raised here in Austin. I've left a few times, come back, but
Okay.
from here. I am a relationship coach, probably a little different than what your typical.
I've actually had a couple of relationship coaches through here.
Okay,
Yes.
and I've only really, I got certified, over a year ago, but I, just recently got on TikTok about 2 months ago, and I've gone viral a few
All
times,
right,
so
good.
I now have a decent audience, and I just don't know what the fuck to do with it, so I'm trying to figure out how to make money off of it.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here. We'll talk more about content creation as we go on.
My name is Key. I am from San Antonio, Texas. I've spent the last probably 7 years in Mexico, actually, doing the digital nomad lifestyle. I am currently working on a product that I built for myself a number of years ago when I was reaching out to different companies about contracting for them on their software, their architecture, etc. It's a product called Leap, and if you want to 10 or 20x the chances that somebody responds to you positively on LinkedIn, come talk to me after the show or after the meetup, and I will show you how it works.
All right.
Something I've learned about AI this last week: if you ask Cursor to build a deploy script, make sure that it has all of your environments in order, because it might mess those up. And then you
Oh,
have to
yes.
deal with it.
Okay.
I did that like 30 minutes ago.
All right. All right, next.
I'm Jacob Bautista. Nice to meet you guys. I'm a student at UT, so currently I'm working on a mechanical engineering degree. It's a very competitive space, so I'm always trying to learn new things. I've been to multiple of these. I've been around Chris, so I'm here to learn more about it. I hope to take my skills and kind of turn that into a business using stuff like this. So every time I come, I learn something new, and yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. Yes. In the back.
Hi, my name is
Oh,
Kate.
actually, there's one behind you.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Hi everyone, my name is Chris. I'm from San Antonio. I'm working on a competitive analytics platform for the Pokemon trading card game. I have it built, it works, it's just I don't know how to put it in front of people. My background is I'm a data scientist. I've worked in the retail banking and financial services space for 6 years. I met Chris at an incubator in San Antonio, and just blew my mind how much I have still yet to learn. So that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, welcome. All right. Your
Your
turn.
turn.
Yes.
My name is Keely. I am a consultant freelancer for marketing strategy. My background is in creative agencies. So I'm here because I do a whole bunch of things, and I want to productize some of them to get me in the door for like deeper fractional relationships.
Awesome.
So I'm sure there's lots to learn there.
Yes. Yeah. We will be definitely covering that. All right.
Awesome.
Next.
Me. So I'm Jordan. Full disclosure, we're about to launch our solution that we spent over 2.5 years working on, and ironically, you're the ICP, and more importantly, like everything else, you throw it out in the briar patch, you let everyone tear it up, chew it out, spit it out, and well, we've been red teaming it for the last 6 months, and when we red team, but you can still never think of everything. And anyways, since everyone's bringing it up, our USP is we realize the fallacy with Claude Code, Cursor, OpenClaw and everything, and LLMs, you name it, because everybody that we're all independent, we're all technically solopreneurs, because we refuse to work for Silicon Valley anymore, and kinda like you, ServiceNow. I already know your whole story, very familiar. And so anyways, we all realize that if you have a skill set, a subject matter expertise at SME, and you are able to come up with your own channel, i.e. niche it as granular as possible, there's a huge market, and I mean a massive market. The problem is everyone goes wide, because they think they have to know everything, and what you find out is the people who are the most successful are the ones who niche it down to a granular level where they know everything about it, they become the best at it, and then they literally find partners who can build or collaborate or whatever, and then what you end up doing is you end up either creating a syndication for monetization, or you just sell the whole patent, because a lot of people, they do the patent route, and you just sell the patent and you retire. Because at the end of the day, what's happening right now with OpenAI and Anthropic and everybody, Meta, you name it, they know the only way they're gonna get talent is to acquire it. The only way they know they're gonna get IP is to acquire it. So as soon as you show the market that you have a proven solution, they buy you out instantly. And because of SEC regulations and a bunch of other stuff, what they're doing is they're not buying you out outright. What they're doing is they're buying out a piece of equity, and then they're buying out your entire brain trust and putting them into the employee route, and they can either do the 1099 freelancing, or they're just straight up making them full-time employees.
Right,
And
for time purposes, we
okay,
have to
anyways,
yeah.
but anyways, the point is our platform that we did is we figured out the fallacies with all these vibe coding and everything else, because it's the structure. And so anyways, we modularized it, and that's our secret sauce. And so anyways, it's literally targeted for solopreneurs, because you have to know everything if you're gonna be a solopreneur. And so if you have a platform that has all the modules and everything you need, you just customize it for your particular solution. Anyways,
Okay,
so.
that sounds good. All right, next.
Hi, my name's Tony Ninian. I've been in Austin since 2017. Working on, or have a telehealth platform focused more on med spas, like good big exam clearances. We actually found a developer using AI to build a system for us that we're actually now testing. And it's amazing what AI can do. And I'm kind of like a kindergartner in college class. So.
Good. All right, next.
Yeah, my name's Jake Bush. I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania. Lived in Santa Barbara for almost 2 years, and I've been in Austin since 2014. I'm currently doing fractional go-to-market and sales work. My background is enterprise tech sales, security sales, all things go-to-market. In 2023, I quit corporate selling and started my own video production business, and realized there's a big synergy with videos and creativity and also go-to-market, and I've been focused on that, and yeah, that's why I'm here.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
We're just finishing up introductions. Do you want to just introduce your name and where you're from?
Sure, is camera on you or me?
It's on you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Sam. I came from the 8th floor because I got lost.
No, like where you're from. Where are you from? Are you from Austin? Or are you from Houston? Or?
Yeah, so I was on the first floor. We're ground.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
from the UK.
Okay.
Before that. And now I'm in Austin, on the 16th floor.
All right. Do you want to share what you're working on right now, or do you want to?
Maybe later.
All right. You can tell everybody when we're doing our exercises.
Great.
All right. So this will be an interactive class. I will let you know that you will need your laptop and your phone in order to move along. Okay. So we're going to go right into some news real quick. I kind of cover these things just because a lot of people don't look into a lot of this stuff. So for the solopreneur environment, a lot of people are leveraging the company of one, and so for this year, you're starting to see more people dive into it. and a lot of people obviously are leaning heavily on AI, right? Everyone has AI in some capacity, right? And what you're seeing here is you have a small portion who make a lot of money with AI. You have other people who use AI, and then you have those who are not sure what to do. And if you see the one right in the middle, half of the solopreneurs are making less than 50K a year, right? So a lot of those people are either, they have clients, but they're kind of floundering. They're not sure like how to keep going and getting out of their rut. So that was an interesting study that they kind of covered right there, right? And then how solopreneurs are capturing the creator economy. So going back to what you're doing, you're running into the TikTok thing. Again, if you've been through my classes before, I push social media, right? Like if you're not building an audience in 5-10 years, you're going to be struggling because you cannot think that you're going to just send out mailing lists and email people and that's how you run your business. You're going to have to build an audience in some capacity, right? And then I gave up my big tech salary and perks to bet on myself, and within 5 months I was making 6-figure revenues, right? There's a lot of people I meet who do that, right? Like they go all in, they sit down, they are very strategic about what they're trying to do, and they can hit it out of the ballpark, right? Who here knows the School of Hard Knocks YouTube channel, right? Yes, one person, right? That was a student who very much, they went to UT, and they were very heavily focused on building that audience, right? And they did an interview recently where they're just like, how did you do it? Like, how did you get to no followers, now you hang out with billionaires everywhere, right? And he said, when I was not in class, I was out making content. I was shooting content, I was talking to people, and I was only talking to people who were successful, and every day I made it a goal to say I had to post at least 2 to 3 videos, and I kept at it, right? And so now he runs a big venture firm, and he works with a lot of people around the world. But again, his entire network is all billionaires and successful people, right? So when Tom Cruise was doing the last Mission Impossible film, they're like, hey, let's get this guy on set. I want to do an interview with him, right? So his name has become synonymous with success, right? And a lot of people don't view business in that sense, right? They build, but they forget to build an audience with it, right? And then Solopreneurs explain what AI is and isn't good for when you're trying to run a business, right? I've seen a lot of business people sit down and they'll talk to AI all day long. It's 5 p.m., but nothing's done. But they had a great chat, right? But nothing was accomplished, right? So this chart right here, I want to bring up, who here has seen this chart before? Raise your hand. Okay, good. I'm glad you've seen it. But only one has seen it, right? Now, of course, if you know where this is from, Visual Capitalist, right? It's a very famous site. It shows that Amazon is very much on the rise of hiring robots, right? And they are pushing heavily to bring more and more robots into their space. Are they the only company doing this? Oh no, absolutely not, right? BMW, Toyota, after what just happened to them, they have just ordered a whole bunch of robots for their warehouses, right? And I don't think people realize that's where the other threat is coming from is many people view AI as they're going to replace jobs, but people still fear robots are coming and they're being hired in very large quantities, right? So I always like to share a couple events that are coming up. If nobody is aware, this is a normal week in Austin, by the way, and there is a lot of AI events going on, and there is a lot of stuff happening, right? So what happens after this week? We go into South by Southwest, right? And as soon as that happens, what happens? I actually don't know because we don't have a convention center anymore, right? So I don't really understand like how many people they're expecting to show up this year, just because we don't have an anchor for that, right? But they're expecting a good amount of people. And when they announced the news on Thursday that Spielberg would be the keynote addressee, I'm assuming they're using that as a leverage to bring more people here, right? So again, not sure what that's going to do, right? Just because, yes, you have hotels, but again, capacity-wise, I'm not sure what's going to happen, right? So, but yes, tomorrow is an AITX event over at Antler. There's also robotics and AI as well. And there's a venture dinner series going on. There'll be a hackathon. It's sort of like a ethics hackathon. It's not a weekend thing. It's just going to be a couple of hours. People come together, and it will be put on in conjunction with UT Law School as well. And then Applied AI Live, that is a go-to-market strategy using AI tools and such on the 26th. And then a founder, a coffee tasting event. And then of course, here at Capital Factory, Startup Crawl, who has been to one before? Everyone's hand should have gone. so basically on March 12th, down in the atrium, down below, will be about 100, 200 startups, all with tables. It'll be very busy. There'll be lots of food, drinks, and things like that. And it is a lot of fun, right? And you will get to see who's working on what are they doing, the trends that are happening. And then after that, we'll kick off South by, and Capital Factory itself will also have their own house, right? So you get to be a part of their events if you want to sign up for that as well. And then of course, March 13th, it goes into the keynote. And I'm sure everyone with a badge is already RSVP'd for that event, right? So if you're like, I gotta buy a badge and go to that event, I'm pretty sure it's waitlisted already. So good luck. All right, so first exercise. This will be very quick. And again, this is a very interactive class, right? So you're here to participate in these things, and we're gonna take 1 minute to do this, right? So it's a very simple prompt. This company right here allows you to send locked files, and the person you send it to, they will pay to unlock it. All right? That's how it works. So you get 1 minute, you can work by yourself, come up with 5 business ideas that you can use that system for. Okay? And I will start the timer right now. That's time. So if anybody wants to go ahead and raise their hand and share, or I can just randomly pick and then it's good. Yes, go ahead.
Title escrow for real estate transactions, because that's the most fraudulent high-end ticket item right now for hacks that know exactly what they're doing.
Right. Okay, good. Anyone else? And it doesn't have to be like original, remember, like just something. Yes.
Yeah, cloud reports.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Anybody think yes? In the back?
Pay $1 to unlock the location of $10 hidden in the You only need 11 people to buy.
Scavenger hunts, huh? That's a good one. I like that. Who was thinking of anything with recipes?
I had that.
You had it? Okay, good.
Yeah. And discount codes.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else?
I was thinking like physical files. I know you were probably thinking of like digital files, but I was thinking like boxes and packages. I don't know if that falls under files. I don't know what the business idea was. But that's
Oh no, so like on here, this is why I like to show like a movie file, a sound file,
yeah.
you know, a PDF, JPEG, things like that, right? So anything that can be sent to an app, right? And again, remember, this is allowed the creator economy to, you know, really explode, just because like I can have an audience and that person may be like, hey, I like what you're doing. Could you write up a business plan for me? You know, I'll pay whatever you say, right? And then you send them the link, they will pay the price on the file, and then they get to download it, right? Very simple, right? And again, it's all digital, you know? Yes?
Is this basically Gumroad? It sounds like Gumroad.
It can be. I mean, like Gumroad allows you to sell digital products, Etsy allows you to sell digital products, Shopify allows you to sell digital products, right? You know, but what this company's done, they just turned it into an app version, right? So it's basically just think of it like Google Drive, with a lock behind it, right? Now, of course, if you know Google Drive, you can already do this with Google Drive, right? Like you can lock your files and just send a link and be like, hey, if you want access, here's my Venmo, and then I'll give you the password, right? So, all right, was that challenging? Did that wake y'all up? Because it's going to be a lot more, okay? So, this is an idea to skill workshop, right? So basically what we're here to do is take your skills and learn how to monetize them. And I've learned, and I've been doing this for a long time, many people struggle with this part, right? They have skills they either went to college for, they have a degree that says, I know this, and then they don't know how to monetize it for themselves. They wait for a business to come and tell them what they're worth, and then they pay them that, right? My job is to show you how to do it yourself, right? So here is how to monetize your skills. There is a story that I've always told that always gets people mad, and the reason why I get people mad is because I need you to start thinking about how people make money today, right? And those who've taken my program before already know the story, right? So there's a lady, she makes close to 20K a month, right? Exact figure is 17K a month. Who here would love to be making that a month? Okay? Is she a developer? Is she a teacher? Is she a musician? Is she a cook? Or is it a guy who does piano lessons? Right? Anybody care to take a guess what somebody could be making 17K a month doing? And when you hear it, yes, please, absolutely get mad.
Gotta be quick.
She teaches crocheting.
What?
Right? See?
Crocheting?
She crochets.
Whoa.
Okay? So on the journey that you're on right now, that's what she does. She makes videos and she crochets, right? She goes through and she does all this stuff. Now, you understand the point of that part, where does the money actually come from? Because this is the part people don't really understand, right? I make a video, I post it, most people think I make money from YouTube. You will not see a lot of money from YouTube for a very long time. So do not think you're making YouTube money yet. So where is the money coming from?
Digital products.
You're close. Can you narrow that down?
Membership.
Yes. But what do you get in the membership?
Benefits.
Coaching.
There you go. She does coaching, right? So when you watch the videos, hey, I saw you did that little pattern right there. Can I book an hour of your time so we can go over that? And people forget there's tools for that now, right? Every one of y'all has an expertise in your field, but you just don't monetize it in that sense, right? Who here uses your Calendly link to monetize your time, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to take a list of your skills and we're going to refine them down to a set that you can basically turn into one or two that will be your bread and butter, okay? So from this right here, we're going to start with the starting point. We're going to pivot. You may discover that, hey, I have this skill, but it unlocks a whole industry I was not aware of, right? And that's something that I teach people how to do is to see what they're not aware of, right? And then that results is to show a concrete outcome with either new clients that you're not aware of, new forms of income, and flexibility in your time, right? So how we're going to build is we're going to find out what you have, turn that into an ideation. One exercise will be by yourself first, and then we will be pairing, and then we will go from there into more activities with prompting, right? So we'll move into some AI tools, and we'll start refining everything, right? I'm about to give you a document. You're going to take that document, save it into your own online folder, or you can edit it as we work, right? So again, you're not starting from zero. I'm assuming everyone here has some form of a college education, or a bachelor's, or whatever that makes you who you are, right? So my job is just to show you, hey, let's monetize it. So take out your phones, take the document, save it to your online drive, and then you can start working with it, right? Give you a minute to save it, so that way not everybody's writing on the same document. closer to access this leads. Doing that, I'm just moving to the next slide. Don't feel like you have to pay attention. Back up.
I don't know, the network is being slow.
Oh, it is, okay.
You gotta log in with Microsoft?
No, it shouldn't tell you to log in.
It's telling me to, I can't get in.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, because I've tested it before and it should not be asking you to log in. So if you're getting a login, then you must have some security feature turned on. Because I've already tested it before and it should just take you straight to the login.
You have to get Microsoft Word in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's that?
you have to get Microsoft Word.
You know, you should not have to get Microsoft Word, right? So you should just be able to see it right away. So,
Maybe if you were previously logged in on Microsoft, it's asking you if you wanna log in.
yeah.
Yeah, it's asking me to log in.
Yeah.
I don't use Microsoft products.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a hard no.
So, all right. So for this one right here, for those who do have it, this is in your document. And so we're gonna go through and start going through your skill sets, right? And again, this is stuff you should sort of already be familiar with. And again, don't be hard on yourself, right? Like don't look for like your top skills, find anything, right? You might be doing something that you've been doing for a long time that you don't think anything of, right? And you're just like, nobody would pay me for that, that's stupid, right? I'm a developer, why else would I become a developer for, right? You might have a skill inside of you that you are just not thinking about that you do every day. So again, take time, open up a notepad if you want and write down 6 or 5 skills that you kind of do on a regular basis, right? It could be as simple as gardening, it could be calligraphy, maybe you're a stuntman. There you go, see? I mean, we do have a stunt school here, by the way. You know? And sometimes it's hard to kind of remember our skills, right? Like we've been doing it for so long. And then the context in which you use it, right? Maybe you're an amazing programmer. Maybe you play the flute really well, right? Or the guitar. Maybe you know Final Cut really well and you make small little like fun videos, right? Or like Adobe Premiere. There was a dad who he was a special effects for Marvel Studios, so he made a little YouTube channel for his son who was like 4 or 5 years old, and he would put his son in all these like cool situations. And now when you look back on that YouTube channel, his kid is like 15, 16 years old and looks back on it with fond memories, right? Because he made him a superhero. And if you're stuck, we are going to do a pairing exercise to help you get unstuck too. So. So this is just the next part from what you're doing, right? So the 6 categories that I've listed are kind of where most solopreneurs fall under, right? So I would just say from the list that you are still working on, circle 3 to 5 of them that you really enjoy, right? That people compliment you on, right? Like maybe you make really amazing pies or cakes, right? It's not something that's that's your job, right? But you go to parties and you always bring something like that, right? Who here thinks they could fit in all 6 categories? Okay, alright. We have one, only one? Okay.
I don't wanna do the top. Cause those have actual pictures of people.
Yeah, my problem.
And then just find one that you think that would be your main area. You would monetize it, right? When I did Manus, when it first came out, we went over building an entire business with Manus in the class, right? That was when it was free and it was still private, and we did a whole little micro SaaS environment platform. And it was fun, right? I loved using it, and it was very robust in what it did, right? But now we have other tools that kind of do that, you know. So, but yes, everybody's familiar with micro SaaS versus SaaS, and don't be afraid to raise your hand. That's what I'm okay. You are okay. So, what is SaaS? First off, will be an example, like Salesforce, HubSpot, right? Like big software things, right? Micro SaaS is a very, very slimmed down version of something like that, right? Like I have a micro SaaS that manages all my contacts for me for Austin, right? That would be micro SaaS, right? Another version of micro SaaS would be like I run a location services for dog kennels based off of your location, right? It's not a major platform, right? Like it just moves where I'm at, but it's very small, right? That's micro SaaS, right? So, getting into prioritized services, right? I'm going to create a very specific product towards the service. Anybody want to give examples of that? Who here spends all their time on Etsy just buying everything? Okay. The other day, I had to show somebody that people buy pamphlets on Etsy still. And it blew their mind that people were buying digital products of pamphlets. And they're just like, why would you do that? I can just go to Canva and do that. I said, I love how you think people are just so productive in their life that they're doing these things on their own. You forget how lazy people are, and they're just like, if I could just pay $2 for this and not spend 5 hours figuring out Canva to do it, I will pay the $2, right? It's all about what? Time and convenience, right? That's what you're selling, it's convenience, right? So as a creator, what are you doing when you're selling your time? You're teaching, but what else? Why do we watch YouTube? Why do we watch TikTok?
Entertainment.
Entertainment, right? It's part entertainment, part teaching, part fun, part doom scrolling, right? And part brain rot, right? But again, if you really know how to monetize your stuff, like there's always going to be a what at the end of your video if you're good at your stuff.
Call to action.
Call to action. How many videos have you watched where there's no call to action? You just watch the video, right? There's a guy that I watch who appeals to a very specific audience. He sits in his car and he rants about his warehouse job. Okay? How much do you think this guy's making? Because he's not making the money from his warehouse job, I'll tell you that. And who is he appealing to?
Other people have warehouse jobs.
So what would that be called?
Community.
I'm looking for a specific name. That's more
ICP.
Blue collar jobs, right? So he appeals to blue collar workers who also have jobs that are back-breaking labor, long hours, they hate their job, they hate their manager. And remember, this guy's not a developer, right? He doesn't know how to code for anything. He has a full Shopify store and sells products, right? He makes 5 figures a month doing that. Most people would love that, right? Yes, that's the world we live in today. So, we're gonna break up into pairs, right? We'll take some time to do this. Just find somebody near you. And what I want you to do in this pair is basically tell the person, these are my skills, and have a conversation to see what they're gonna tell you, what they think your skill really is, right? Because it usually takes someone else's point of view to point out, hey, this is where I think you really fit, right? Because we talk to AI all day long, but remember, AI doesn't care who you are, doesn't know who you are, and it's a computer. So just take some time right now, break up, somebody near you, and we're just gonna go through, like, if I had this skill, how would I use it to help people, right? And again, you can ask the other person, what are your top 3 skills that you picked? And start from there, right? And then figure out what type of solopreneur you fit under from that. You can tell them what you think it is, and then they will tell you what they think it is. Sometimes we're very shocked at how other people view us, right? And that's what usually takes that moment of waking up to realize, oh, I'm not supposed to be a seamstress, I should be a ballet dancer, right? So, yeah. All right, so go ahead and pair up real quick, somebody near you, and we'll go from there.
The only reason I know Keely is because
I've heard the word it has before, avoidance and things like that.
Marketing for the London landlord right now with my own product. I was a landlord.
Okay, so the photo was when we first
Occasionally consulting.
and now, and everybody was saying, his process looks the same, like everything.
One time I don't
blew up. And so everybody's working on it. Yes. 40, 49,
So what are we
Partner answers
I mean, I don't know, dating, all the way out in I see
you pretty much cover everything.
it's all done to get like the
You're trying to keep me
Right. So, what
better. Yeah, I mean, that's so
when it comes to relationships, everyone obviously in a relationship, they have a background, a deep understanding of the human that is the skill set.
me and my brother,
all relationships. It's really just about
Like, I had this
I don't
conversation
know
with
what to call it,
prospective
but when I work
members,
on
like
like
part
an
members
individual,
about
and they're all
$20,
sometimes I
like,
go
you go,
to
$20,
make
like,
it's really about
$20,
like feeling your own attachment.
I said it was
I'm
just
trying
like,
to
you
figure
said it was
That are
really
all
like,
it's not just
And you're not caught up in like the emotions or like these ways that you make yourself in the world.
to kind of tell you what it is, basically
get the
multitasking
environment,
has
to
its
get the
own
most,
I mean, it's typically an agent.
that's
But that's the beginning for
people who are
Yeah.
they can point down what is the actual
I'll stick with that
type
because
of
it's such a
15,000.
and most of the
Yeah,
time,
that gives
it's
you
like
that. You can go on, not only do we get the but you can go on.
I think it would be smart to
figure out
exactly.
Build a wealth.
Professional dating, fancy.
I guarantee you.
That can be a hard thing to handle.
Yeah, there's many, my personal preference is actually
Every
like,
month.
that's the organizers.
From that to
That's like
meetings and
a very
everything.
people that have police trauma, they have so much more money than they're all the biggest
Yes, and that's what separates you from the other stuff.
Here, because there's so much raging.
They're also like sometimes some
Even if you can make it like, you're like, listen, they're like,
maybe I should pay like,
this
yeah.
$60,000.
this way. I'm like, I just keep hearing your conversation.
Yeah, like something even like managing relationships is like, I mean, there's I remember when I was working at and like everyone's like my age, it's all
premiums.
it's all guys. It was like ostensibly, I would be friends with them, like if I didn't know them from we all knew each other from the startup, but like, I was like, I would be friends with this guy, like we're Americans, we got to go drink beer. I don't know how to like interact with them.
Yes, complimentary.
That was the first I'll point it down to 15, we're not gonna bring it in, yes, we're all 300, or whatever. But
There's like,
Yes,
wall.
there's plenty of clients out there.
Yeah,
But no, but
You're down, and then like, at some point you'll bring those down, you're like.
But it's actually
another one that's
Team alignment is because
Yeah.
your secret sauce for team alignment. You know what your secret sauce for team alignment is?
Yeah.
When you're in the friend setting, you're
For team
open
alignment,
to
you literally understand the all the
this company
Anyway,
is
so
selling
it's just like you have to
personality.
you have to the harder the relationship,
collaborate
and if it's blatant,
based on
you know,
processes
you don't really have
the
that
personality. Because what people don't understand is everyone thinks all there's only one
Like managing,
work that you
managing these
If
things.
you have a certain type of personality,
well, you
there's
it's hard to
complementary.
idea.
If you're
Let's
promoted,
say
yes. Okay, so now you're giving them flavors, you're giving them flavors, you're giving them flavors. Yes, so for you, it's, you know how to structure everything, you know how to identify
All, I'll tell you the ones that I wrote down.
break down, complementary,
I'll tell you the ones that I wrote down.
personnel, ideas, whatever.
So it's
Because
skill,
the way your brain works,
juggling,
tells me, based on all this, it's telling me that you have a polarity.
good at riding motorcycles, I'm good at
Which is one of the hardest brain
I don't know how, I mean, juggling.
because most people cannot see polarity. But that, what I mean by that is, you honestly, both points of an issue, and because you argue that
It's like,
You can see
like,
both
like,
people's
I used to
positions,
follow all
and
those,
because of that,
and now
you
I'm
know
like,
how
like,
to
in it.
literally tell each one of them, this is everything that you're
Like,
doing.
in it.
But
Too much. I
if you want to
yeah.
strengthen your argument against him, you have to focus on this. That's it. So it's a primary reason. If you're saying it in a way, it's gonna help your argument, and so you are generally giving like but they don't take it. If you have that soft skill, you have that soft skill, soft
Building software with AI. Getting people to respond to
It comes down to
really good
Yes, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Specific breakdown.
really good at that. Software projects.
You're gonna be like, now what do you use?
Well, you connect with them first.
That is, because that's the thing that's missing. You have all those. Trust me,
You can't put a message.
it just comes down to
I connect and then, yeah, my
yes, because, yes,
link to,
and here's what happens, it's just flash, and the way you got to connect it all, you got the reality, system, process, hierarchy, and then the interoperability amongst all these different
yeah, it's more about like one.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
So this is
I actually, very connected.
So good?
One-to-one.
Finished? Okay.
Oh, like it's a live video?
No, no.
Like you record it and put it on the web page?
Pretty cool. No, it's not actually. That's the point.
So you're supposed to, I'd have to do a YouTube,
Yeah.
another YouTube, everybody's like TikTok, people are listening.
Yeah, people really like doing that. That's what I
Hey, everyone? Hey, can I get your attention, kids? Alright, so at this point, y'all should have a good idea from your partner, like what your strengths are, what your skill sets they view as what you have, and then you should have a better sense of like what you are good at, right? Because, again, like I said, it takes another person's perspective to see something we don't, right? Anybody want to share some insights that they got from this interaction?
Well, I got some confidence that, you know, I should stick to my marketing but,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
So you said it has a strong marketing skill. It's like the product is getting a little bit lost in
Right.
the realms of like the details of it, but
Okay.
I think that the if you leverage it like a crisp marketing skill and put yourself out there as a creator, he's kind of camera shy. Like you got a good voice and you got a good situation about you. Just hone your messaging into something sharp, put it out there, and see how it's received, and then adjust your product fit from there.
Yeah,
Nice.
I won't take your advice, we'll try.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Alright, anybody else want to share? Yes?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like do this one, but I juggle a lot, like,
Sure.
and so I was talking about like I follow juggling coaches on Instagram, and Ashley was like, yeah, but your personality is different than theirs. I mean, they're coming here to learn, but they're also coming here to be entertained, and maybe they just like the way that you speak or present or do your videos better than XYZ, the juggling coach. Just because like a space is crowded doesn't mean you're not, like you can't stand out in any kind of way.
So I'm gonna challenge you. If you were to find a space in Austin to go do that, where would it be?
Go juggle? Like the park outside or something like that?
Okay, where else?
In the lobby here.
Okay.
Like I would climb the bridge. I would climb the bridge over there and I would go juggle up there. And the
Okay, but if we're trying to make money, which is the point of this program, right? Where would you go?
To sessions like this and ask if they want to be entertained.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in where they think a juggler should hang out?
Kids hang out.
Okay, alright, anybody else? Alright, so the answer I'm probably gonna tell you is probably gonna shock all of you. So, I went to Rainy Street, and I met this kid who was from UT, and he does magic tricks, right? And he goes and sets up a small little table, and he does magic tricks right there at the table, right? He's not trying to be a magician of the sense of, you know, David Blaine or anything like that. He's in college, he's just trying to pay his way, right? So, why is he on Rainy Street?
People have money.
Okay, that's one of them, but there's something else I'm looking for.
People are drunk,
Yeah.
Yes, but what else?
they wanna be entertained, they
money.
wanna
They
laugh.
have money, and there's high foot traffic in that area. If you've ever been there from, you know, 11 p.m. to about 2 a.m., who lives in Rainy Street now? Who said money? Right. Everyone there has money, because you cannot be in Rainy Street anymore if you do not have money, right? And there are food trailers there, right? And he makes a lot. So when I talked to him, I said, you know, how much do you usually clear at night? He's like, I can do anywhere from $500 to $800, you know. Most people would like that, right? He just sets up a little table. The police don't even bother him, right? Like, he's just there to entertain, right? And people love it, right? And I've noticed, if you ever decide to go look at Rainy Street, go over there and look at all the people who set up a little table there. There are some people there who go around and say, hey, I will take your Instagram pictures for you. Why do they do that? Who said drinking?
Was it for the content? Like, do they also do content of this, or you're just saying they just make money doing it?
They make money doing it, right? They're just like, these people are drunk. Are you taking good pictures when you're drunk? No. So they kind of help with that, right? You'd be surprised how innovative the very young Gen Zers are, because they will go and find these places where there's high foot traffic, and they will take their skill, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna make money, right? And that's it, right? So that's why I mention these kinds of things, because again, most people only think about, like, I need to set up an LLC, and I need to do this, and I gotta get my lawyer involved, and I gotta do all this stuff. Sometimes they forget a simple little, like, table on Rainy Street, Friday night, could net you $800, right? And if you're very curious, go take a walk over there, right? Go take a walk over there, because remember, why am I saying Rainy Street versus 6th Street? What do you find on 6th Street? Everything. Everything and the hobos, right? And what do you find different from West 6th Street?
More professionals.
More professionals, right? That's a very more plain environment, very quiet, right? Upscale, right? So if you go over there versus you go to Dirty 6 versus East 6, right? Very different clientele, right? So from that, doing this pairing right here, we were able to find and refine what we're doing into something more monetizable, right? Anybody have a really refined skill now that they have that they're like, I think I can turn this into a actual thing. Do you want to share?
I'm a little confused.
Keely does. I'll answer for her.
Okay,
I'll answer for her. So
Rain Man me.
So Keely has a skill set that when she refines it to the nth degree, she's going to absolutely crush it.
Ooh.
Because it is the one thing that AI is going to make her filthy rich on.
All right.
AI is going to make her filthy rich. Okay.
Cheerleader.
Filthy rich. Okay. Because her skill set, according to our little thing that we did, she is able to walk into a room just like this, identify all the different cast of characters, personality types, blah blah, skill sets, processes, all the different procedures, everything, and she's able to identify how to do team building where you actually accomplish something in a positive, uplifting, and a symbiotic relationship.
Okay.
And because of AI and the way it's just totally decimating all that, she has a skill set that everyone's going to be like, you know what, I need you in my life because our production is going down into the tubes because AI is literally just too much information, blah, 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 and we need interpersonal skills because there's a study done, since I don't have too much time, there's a study done, and it said that the top teams at tech companies, it's because of interpersonal communications and blah, blah, blah. those are the ones who are the top teams. All the other, left brain scientists, all them, they just are dysfunctional. Even though they're all geniuses, they're all dysfunctional, and they don't actually produce anything that's worth a damn.
And all of that is on point.
That's good.
Yeah.
She's printing money.
His skill set is being a cheerleader for people.
No, I get excited when I meet somebody who has a skill set that they, like, you're printing money. For me, that's like awesome.
Man, y'all should be a pair on Rainy Street. Like okay, so what products could you sell then, or services that you can monetize? Have you figured that part out yet?
No.
Okay, all right.
Homework.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. And that, perfect.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to share before we move on? Any insights, groundbreaking? Okay. So we're going to paint up our skills with AI, right? So I have a little prompt right here, okay? From the skill list that you've been given, you can go into whatever AI tool you use. I have a list of skills including A, B, and C. Please group these into 3 to 5 logical categories or skill clusters that could form the basis of a business software, right? And again, sometimes people forget, like, to use AI for this kind of stuff, right? If you have access to the document, you can just copy and paste this prompt and throw it into whatever AI tool you have, right? And so, for each cluster, suggest a job title or role that combines them, right? And if anybody cares to share their results, everybody would like to know. And if you have a paid version, you can just come up here and take a picture and then it just sees it. Did anybody come up with something interesting? What is yours? Would you like to share?
Do I want to share?
Do you want to share? You don't
I can
have to.
share.
Yep.
What it came back with. Jordan's kind of on it.
Alright.
So the strategic architect.
Okay.
So the North Star of the business.
Okay.
Operational harmonizer.
Okay.
A growth optimizer.
Alright.
And an ecosystem builder.
Alright. Those are good titles.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go into later on how to turn those into products and shape them into a service. Okay. Alright. Anybody else want to share something? Okay.
I have a background in, like, a technical background and a background in sports, so I put in the skills and it said something interesting. It said I could build AI tools that help coaches and athletes analyze performance data using computer vision and predictive modeling.
Okay. Anybody want to share what movie that might be from?
Jonah Hill, Brad Pitt, Moneyball.
There you go.
Did not play in China.
Right on it. Yes. And was that before AI?
No, it was before they had, before everybody had computers.
Yeah. So, alright, good. Nice. Anybody else want to share? No? Okay. Alrighty. So now we've done that. So for you, you have a very clear understanding of like what your skill sets are good for, right? Being able to categorize your stack now is really important, right? So we've taken that, we're gonna swap in our own skill list for exercise 1 and ask it to a group of, group it into your skill sets, 3 to 5 categories, right? So this is the next prompt right here, where we're going to niche down like he said before. Wait, did I go too fast? Okay. Alright, and then we're gonna go in and say we're gonna acting like a business strategist, generate 10 specific solopreneur business ideas based on my cluster list that you have, right? For each idea, define the target audience, the specific problem it solves, and the potential service model for it, right? And when it comes back, it's going to take each of your clusters and basically build out your entire thing for it, right?
The dumbest thing I did. I should have brought my computer.
Do you do all of the clusters or just one cluster per prompt?
I would just say pick one that you want to work on right now,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then as you're working on this, for those who do have access to the document, you can take the answers and plug it into the document and go from there, right? So if you're still working, yes?
What software are you using to make this presentation? Is that in the bottom right corner?
That's Notebook LM. It's the first time I've been playing with it just because like everyone keeps recommending me all these like presentation tools, and I thought I would try something different, so.
Thank you.
Have you used Gamma?
I have not used Gamma, but I've been told that 4 times today.
Yeah.
Sorry. And Chronicle HQ, and Beautiful.ai.
You sound like the chat group I'm in. Every day it's a new tool,
Yeah.
and 15 people swear by it every day.
It's really overwhelming, actually.
Every day.
So if anybody is already moving past this part, does anybody want to share
Oh Jesus.
anything that they found? Did they discover a new target audience?
No, it just confirms everything I'm doing currently.
Oh, good. But are you happy about that result?
Well, I mean, it's confirmation bias, so the AI is correct and I'm correct, so. You want me to read off what it's saying?
Please, if you want to share, yes.
AI systems audit and optimization, target audience, mid-sized enterprises and government contractors using AI, blah, blah, blah. I'm currently doing a partnership with a defense contracting firm for that. Problem solved, model drift, bias, Yep, that's a contract that we're currently doing.
Okay.
Technology, reverse engineering, and recovery services. Yeah, that's SCI. I'm not going to talk about that one. Decision intelligence consulting. Yup, I advise CEOs, strategists, and M&A teams. We're doing an M&A evolution right now, and it converts abstract data sets and quantity insights into structured AI-enhanced decision framework to them. It's a contract that we're bidding on right now. And then AI-powered proposal optimization for GovCon. Target on small mid-tier government contracting firms bidding. That's we're building an AI proposal shop platform for that. Yeah, I mean I can just go.
So basically it confirms everything you said. Is there anything different that you weren't expecting?
No, because I've been using AI and I know how to prompt it where it shapes and.
Okay.
So yeah, I can shape the AI to give me the output that I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does anybody have anything that surprised them? Or is everybody still thinking? Did anybody discover a new target audience that they were surprised by?
Yeah, like all of them.
Okay,
I've been thinking too narrowly.
good. So what's something new that you just learned tonight that you should be targeting?
One is like influencers or industry experts
Okay,
with a large audience but no inner circle offering.
okay,
Yeah.
good. There's a lot of them.
There's a ton of them.
Do you know what those are titled?
I'm one of them.
Yes. I don't know how to do it yet.
Okay.
We'll figure it
We
out.
can talk. I've got the audience, you know what you're doing.
Good. Anybody else want to share something? Everybody has a lot of thinking faces right now.
I think my struggle is that like I know some of this, but I'm like, what do I do with it?
Yep, that's right. So we'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. So, all right. Everybody's good on that part? All right, let's keep going. All right, so exercise 3, we're going to take 5 to 10 of your ideas. We've already narrowed them down to 2 or 3, right? So from there, it's going to start to look a little interesting, right? Like you're going to have the next 30 to 60 days, I would say, to really take what you've found and start implementing them, right? We're going to start learning how to monetize them into either a product or service. And that's the part that everyone wants to kind of know is, well, how do I turn this into something I can put on a store, right? Again, I have watched all kinds of people run businesses in very unique ways, right? I always tell people the most important skill you can learn today is how to do a Shopify store. Why? Shopify is one of the most versatile e-commerce platforms out there. There are literally thousands and thousands of apps that are built for Shopify, right? And why do I mention Shopify? Because it's so portable that, remember, you can have a mobile version of it and show it around to all kinds of people, right? How many Shopify stores can you have? As many as you want, right? You can run all kinds of things. Can you do dropshipping with Shopify? Absolutely, right? Can you sell services on Shopify? Yes, you can, right? It's pretty incredible what you can do, right? But again, I only say that just because, one, learn how to sell online. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to sell online. They think selling online is go to Amazon. Don't do that, right? You'll lose a lot of money doing that, right? Learn how to do that, right? So, if I do what you do, what's the low-hanging fruit I could sell right now?
Me?
Okay, are you struggling, or does somebody else want to jump in with an
Someone
idea?
else can jump
Well,
in.
I have one that I made, and I just don't know how to monetize it. So I
Okay.
don't know if that counts for this.
But what's her low-hanging fruit?
Mine or hers?
Hers.
Oh.
What's a low-hanging fruit she could do right now? She can
Like
go
a-
home and knock it out real quick.
Well, can I say my example?
Sure,
what
sure,
I did?
yeah, yeah.
'Cause I don't know yours as well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I did an 8-minute video course with a cheat sheet on understanding avoidant behavior.
Oh.
And so I have it. It's just like an 8-minute video and a cheat sheet, but people want that.
Yes. So you could write a 30-page book on team building, strategy design, right? That's low-hanging fruit. You can create pamphlets of some sort, right? A proposal document. That you can do, and you can send that out, right? What is your CTA? What's your call to action with that?
Buy it.
Buy the what?
No, the next offer after that. So that's the low hanging fruit. Then
Right.
what would that
So then
sell it
how
into?
do you continue to market to them?
Right, so if
Yeah.
they get your proposal, at the
Yeah.
end of the proposal, it's either book your time, or is it buy my course,
Yep.
or what is it? What is your call to offer that you want, right? Is it, I have my courses online, buy my book?
Yep. In my head, it's book my time, but what I want is like go on, like take my course.
Okay.
I want to be as hands off as possible.
So, teaching stuff, what platforms are available for that?
School.
Okay, what
A whole
else?
bunch.
Okay, what else?
YouTube?
Okay. Can you put a paywall on YouTube?
I don't think so.
Not unless you have certain features. You have to have certain numbers and certain subscribers before you can turn those features on.
Kajabi.
Okay, what else?
Isn't Kajabi or?
She does, yeah, she does that, yeah.
Sorry.
There's Teachable, right? Teachable is very famous,
Yeah.
right? Skillshare, right? If you have a very big audience, you can go up to Maven, right? And again, There's courses on Maven that like intro to investing. How much do you think that price tag is? It's like a 6-7 week course. Anybody want to take a guess? $8,000. And you're probably wondering, why was anybody gonna watch that? It's free on YouTube, right? And yet they have hundreds of people who have bought that course. Go figure, right? All right, so structuring your ideas. Now you need to start figuring out, are you a products category, are you services category, or are you both, right? Just because you do services, you should have books, you should have courses, you should have pamphlets, you should have ebooks, you should have little microservices if you want, or micro SaaS tied to that, right? Anybody here want to show me how to take your services and turn it into a 24/7 service? Is that hand like here, or is it like here, or is it like
about here?
Okay, it's about here, all right.
Kelly Claude by Austin.
Okay.
He has it as a 24/7 times whatever, 5 computer service. Costs him like $500 a day to run.
Okay.
But it makes apps. Have you heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's valid.
Yeah.
You can set something up to make software for you.
Okay. But for those who don't know how to do that, what's something before that they could do? Couldn't you go to OpenAI and create a little AI agent of your skill sets? Right? Take everything you've done, take all your books, all your knowledge, and put it into an AI agent, and then throw it up onto a little site and say, hey, I'm asleep, but my agent's not. He's $200 an hour, go talk to him. I'll see you when I wake up, right? He's still there. Yes, people actually pay for that. And people make money doing that, right? And so people will go to their site and they'll click on their little AI agent, and it's like talking to actually you, right? And they're booking time with them, and they're talking to them, and yet you're getting your 8 hours like everyone's supposed to. And they're making money for you, right? Who here did not know that before I said that? Okay, yes, right, a lot. And it always amazes me how many people are not aware that other people have been doing that since agents became a thing, right? And as soon as that happened, they took all their journals and books and everything they've written, threw it in there, and turned it into a little service that they can sell, right? So that's where you got to figure out what areas you're going to really start to focus in. Your low-hanging fruit, again, your books, your pamphlets, your ebooks, your courses, you can knock those out real fast, right? Go get a Teachable account or a Kajabi account, start going in there. They will walk you through the process of how to build out the course. You upload everything, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched people go in, use AI, build out like 7 courses, boom, done. Each one's $200 each. There it is.
So for those situations with Kajabi or Teachable, do they kind of like market for you? You don't need, it's not your audience, like people search on everything?
So there's 2 ways to that, right? When you start a Teachable account, you don't have any presence there, right? So they're expecting you to start driving traffic to your thing, right? They need to see that you're actually creating stuff, right? When they see the traffic coming to your courses, they will kick in and they will start doing their part of promoting your courses.
And they
right?
take a portion of it?
So you get a certain percentage of whatever you sell, right? Because they're doing their marketing side of stuff, they're providing platform services, and then you take the rest, right?
So why wouldn't you just do that on your own platform?
And that's why I say Shopify is such an important skill to learn. Because then you can go to Shopify, you can get the app that does courses, connect it to your Shopify account, and run it all yourself, right? Some people want the hand-holding that Teachable and Skillshare provide, right? Because if I go to Skillshare, I know I'm there to learn something, right? But if I have a Shopify store, what happens?
You're on your own.
You're on your own. You're sink or swim, right? That's it. And that's the thing about Shopify is you have to do all your marketing. You have to get your name out.
But you get all the profit.
But you get all the profit, right? So if you have a good audience, does having a Shopify store matter now? Yes, because guess what? When every video ends, what is your call to action?
It's not there right now.
No, what I'm saying is,
Oh, yeah.
when your video ends, go to my Shopify, check out all my stuff.
Okay.
The only benefit that like a school, cause we use school, the only benefit of school is they've gamified, it's Alex Hormozzi's platform, they've gamified forced interaction. And cause that's what separates school from everybody else, is if you're trying to create a community and you're trying to create an ecosystem, it forces everybody to engage and interact because they've gamified it. And that's a whole different conversation, but that's the reason why school is the preferred one if you're like building a fully interactive ecosystem type of environment, because then what they're doing is they're creating all the different channels to exit school, so you don't have to pay them. Everyone does it, and then you can go do your thing. But that's the only benefit of school, is it forces everybody to, yeah. It's the whole architecture of the environment, peer pressure, peer pressure.
Yeah. So, and again, because I've been teaching this for so long, people always wonder, like, no, nobody's gonna buy that. That's so stupid. Like, they're not gonna spend their money. Go on school and go look at what people are purchasing for membership, right? You'd be very surprised what people will pay money for, right? I've had somebody come to me and they're just like, I do this, but nobody's gonna buy it because it's just this, right? It's so stupid. I was like, let's go to school real quick. Let's go take a look at school, right? I was like, here's this school account right here. It's $200 a month, and you will get love coaching advice from this person. And there's 200 members in that group. Right? So, what is most responses from people under 25 today? But can I just ask AI? Right? If you're 40 and above, you probably think that group's important to be in. If you're 25 and below, I'll just ask AI. Right? So I always mention that, right? Go on all these sites, you'd be very surprised to see what people are purchasing, right? Don't ever underestimate people's lack of willpower and laziness, right? Because I always get asked too, like, look, why do I need to buy that? I can just go to YouTube. I'm like, go, it's right there, go. Somebody else will buy it, right? So, where your idea fits in the matrix, right? And that's what you want to start doing, is if you're service-based and product-based, what are your assets, right? And what tools are you going to start using to support that? Again, everyone here can write a book. Everyone here can knock out some courses, right? The ones who have the motivation to do it, next week they will have their courses made, right? Those who like routine will still be doing the same thing, right? Any questions? Because my job is to challenge you, right? So validation versus the inner critic. I deal with this all the time as well. Nobody's gonna buy from me. Why would they buy from me? Look, that person over there has 1 million followers. They're just gonna buy from them. I'm not gonna start a YouTube channel. It's a waste of time, right? If that was the case, there would be no new YouTube channels from tomorrow on, because we already have enough, right? And yet, 5 years from now, there will be a new YouTube channel about food, about gaming, about travel, about tech, and every one of those accounts will all start from where? 0 subscribers, right? So, again, remember, Mr. Beast started where again? In a dorm room, studying marketing at his university, and he just said, maybe I'll be famous, maybe I won't, right? And that little video that he made, well, what happened just a couple months ago, the reminiscing video about him in a dorm saying, maybe this will take me somewhere. So, remember, like, whatever effort you put into it, yes, that's what you'll get back, right? And we've all heard that before, right? So sometimes everyone's like, well, I'm not a true expert in my field, I don't have a PhD, right? Don't get a PhD, by the way. nobody's gonna hire you, right? It's too risky, right? It's too much risk. I'll just go work at McDonald's and fine, right? Imposter syndrome. How many people suffer from that? A lot, right? Oh, they're not gonna accept my bid, it's too high, nobody's gonna do that, right? The market's already saturated. Well, let me tell you what, it's already saturated. I deal with that every day. Every field you go into, it's already saturated. If you honestly think that nobody has used AI to figure out X field today, oh, let me tell you, they've already done it, right? And there's probably 1,000 new tools for that field that you think nobody's touching, right? So again, validation, just find evidence, right? If you post a video every week, and that video gets 100 views, but your ROI is 10%, are you still happy?
I mean, I will say, this is, that you're speaking exactly what's just happened to me. I started in December and I was like, I didn't think anybody would listen to me, and I've had multiple videos go viral in 2 months, and it's like, what? Like, I didn't, you know, I just had no idea that, because I don't have a PhD, I didn't, you know.
And you don't need one?
Yeah, and sometimes it's my stupidest videos that catch on, so it's, yeah, I definitely would never have thought that, and so I recommend just trying. Like I was telling him, juggling, like, people might really just like seeing you juggle, so.
So there's a story I always tell, because I used to watch Tosh.0 when it came out and all this stuff. And I watched it because, one, it was just like a business course to me, right? To everyone else, it was just brain rot, right? One of the things that he said one time was, this guy posts the same video every day, right? And he puts his camera up in his backyard and he just records whatever happens in his backyard. He's so lazy that when he takes a video, he doesn't even change the file name, doesn't do anything, just uploads it straight to YouTube. He does the same thing every day. How much do you think he makes doing that? Anybody? $100, $10, $2? Nobody's curious?
10 grand?
6 figures.
He makes $3K a month doing that. Most people would like an extra $3K coming in on just something as stupid as the same video every day that he records. And you go watch his videos, and what do you expect to watch? Maybe there's a bird that flies by, maybe a cat runs in the scene, maybe something falls, but he makes $3K doing it.
That's YouTube?
That's YouTube.
So he's just making money off of views?
So he's making money off of something else. What does YouTube actually look for?
Views?
Yes, but there's something more important.
Retention?
Ooh, you're close.
Watch time?
Consistency. Right? That's all that YouTube's algorithm pays attention to is, can I guarantee that you are going to provide content to these people? Right? And if you provide content to these people every day, I will bring you the audience. And that's what people forget about social media.
Is that similar to TikTok?
Yes. But TikTok is like cocaine. Right? The algorithm is so finely tuned that you can be on there and watch 3 videos and it already knows who you are. Right? It's so incredible how that algorithm works. That's why I always tell people, get a TikTok account, go post every single day, and as soon as you hit 100, 1,000 followers, get those people off the platform and shoot them over to YouTube. And shoot them to Snapchat, shoot them over to Instagram. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Because TikTok does not care about its creators, right? Like, they are very much focused on, it's very much focused on hours, right? They just need content, but because they get so much of it, they don't reward you like YouTube does, right? As one TikTok creator mentioned one time, I watched the video, he said, I have 1 million followers on TikTok, but I just got my first plaque on YouTube, and that means way more to me than my 1 million numbers on TikTok, because they will never give me a plaque for that, right? They don't give anything to their creators, right? So it's a hyper-focused environment, and you want to get those numbers off as soon as possible. It's super hard to create community on there, and I know this because at VidCon, there was a creator on there with 2 million followers. She went to VidCon, she got a booth, She did all this stuff, she was waiting, she was excited, and how many people showed up? Nobody. So imagine how much of a crush that is to your ego when you think you have 2 million followers on TikTok and nobody shows up to your booth that you paid for. Right? But you have 2 million on YouTube. Oh, let me tell you what, you will have people show up, right? Because how many of y'all have sat on a YouTube video and read those comments and felt like you were actually a part of the community, right? So again, post, it will change your life, right? But again, I've been saying that for a long time. How many people listen? So, is anyone paying for this? And that's the part now where we gotta figure out, I have all this cool stuff, but who's actually paying for this? And now you'll discover AI can also find that information, right? So as we go into this part right here, who is currently offering this service to this audience? Now you've already done with the other examples, so you know who your audience is, you know what service you want to focus on, and now you can go into the nitty-gritty, right? And what specific problems do they highlight in their marketing? So for those who are typing and doing this real quick, we'll just give like 1 or 2 minutes, kind of go through that, right? Because again, you don't know what companies are around the world that are already doing this, and AI can go find them, right? So as you're typing that, if there's one thing you can do to stand out against those competitors, is the next prompt after that. And that is, what are the common complaints people have about that existing service or industry of providers, right? And you go and do the exact opposite. What you want to do, if you want to take this home, because this should be in your sheet as well, or for those who took a picture, you want to also specify for the next time you do this, can you please put this into a table so I can study it later, right? So you want that table so you can go look at all of those companies that are already doing this and go to their websites, study their information, look at how they're doing it, and figure out what is their common marketing strategy that they all have, right? And then start to build around that. Or do something different, right? If they're doing purple, do orange. For anyone here that's kind of already done their prompt, anybody want to share anything? Maybe they've discovered a company that they were not aware of? So again, take that stuff, throw it into either a Excel spreadsheet or add it to your Google Docs if you have it, or your online doc, and then update everything. Anybody want to share a company, or should we move on to the next one? Okay. So again, your pricing and your offer, you can take a picture of this, that's fine. But again, now that you have an idea, you've niched down to 2 or 3 ideas, now you want to start figuring out what is your typical price range for your service or that audience that you discovered at the beginner, intermediate, and experienced levels, right? Because now you need to start to see your pricing tiers. If you're somebody who's been doing this for more than 10 years, you're more than likely in the experience levels, and you want to see what you think your pricing was versus what the experienced people are. And the last time I did this in this class, there was a lady that found out her pricing gap was so wide from what the market said she should be doing from what she was offering, and she was just like, I gotta go home and redo everything. This is bad. Why is that bad? Because your clients are probably confused why you're charging such a low price, and that's probably why she wasn't getting a lot of clients, right? And that's very important to understand, is that when you don't know your market and you come in and you're like, I'm 20 bucks, hire me, right? But you have 10 years experience, what's going on here? And you have a useless PhD, what's going on here, right? That will throw people off, right? So it's good to do your homework, because now you can go in and see what your offer blurb is. Hey, write a short, clear description for this that speaks to this audience, and see what it comes back with, right? Again, you can go into Perplexity, Claude, whatever, do your homework. What is their pitch for the common industry of that stuff? Come back, here's my pitch, how do I adjust it, right? And keep running these ideas, keep going through that process, right? You'll start to see how what your messaging was versus what the market's messaging is, and how far off you are from that meaning, right? Because maybe that's the part that's throwing off your clients on why you can't get anything, right? Any comments, questions, thoughts? So again, it's all about validating and pricing, right? You want to do this every 3 to 6 months to make sure you are current on your pricing and your marketing strategy, right? We now have AI agents that live on their own, do their own things now, and communicate on their own. And what do you think they're doing to the whole economy now for services and products? They're disrupting a lot of things, right? If there are AI agents now that can build websites on their own, build apps on their own, do all kinds of things on their own, that means you have to stay current with what's going on, right? That means new industries are happening, and you need to make sure that you are kept up to date on this. Like, hey, Creator Economy just released this new tool, cool. Give me a breakdown on how to use it, where to use it, what to do with it, boom, done, right? For you, it's, hey, this company's doing this, I need to add that to my toolkit, I need to update all my signage, all my books, boom, done, right? So that's what it means to validate all the time. Go and make sure your pricing is up to date. And again, use AI, right? Like if you haven't learned how to build agents, or you haven't played with OpenFlaw and let it take over your Bitcoin wallet yet, go do that, right? Go find out what it's all about. So again, once you've selected your front runner skills, you're gonna go in and start looking at demand volume. And remember, you can run automation tools for this, right? If you've already done all your training for automation, you can go in there, hey, every morning, send me this, tell me what new industries I can start working in, right? Hey, every Friday, send me a list of new clients that I can contact, and then respond back with my proposal, right? Customize it, send it off, and then send me the ones that respond back, right? And I guarantee you, within 30 to 60 days, your whole business will change, right? I know this because there was a guy who, his name, Jordan Brown, I think it is. He's a YouTuber. And one of the things I mentioned about him is that he doesn't have to be a YouTuber. He already cashed out, he made his millions already. And the reason why he started a channel was to show people how he got there, right? And one of the most impressive videos he put out there was, he did stock market trading. And some guy came up to him and said, hey, can I just take you out for lunch? and just pick your brain about like how to trade stocks. And he's like, okay. So he sat down, opened a Word document, and took notes. And he just started to write down all his ideas about trading stocks and all this stuff. And the guy said, thank you so much, this was amazing, paid for lunch. And he came back and said, hey, that document that you were working on, can I buy that from you? Can I have that? Like, how much would you charge for that, right? He's like, it's $50, here it is, right? And all of a sudden, his other friend came in and said, hey, I have another friend that wants a copy of that. Can he buy it too? All he did was send a link. Here's the document, $50, right? So then all of a sudden, he started getting more demand for it. He's like, well, maybe I should write a book. So he wrote a short little book, How to Trade Stocks, right? He threw it up on Amazon, and all of a sudden, people started to buy his book. And then people requested his time. Hey, can I have this? So that book turned into a course. And then that course turned into a mastermind program. And that mastermind program turned into a full-blown education school, right? And that school he sold later on for like, I think he said $10 to $20 million to another school agency. And that's how he cashed out. But it all started from a Word document that just wrote notes. And that was it, right? So don't ever underestimate your skill sets, because it can take you somewhere. And that's how that whole platform works, right? So again, you have your skills, your mind map that we worked on, your ideas, validating it with AI, and now you know what your front runner skills are, right? You have 3 to 5 validated conversations in this room, and now you can start posting on social media, LinkedIn, right? Blue Sky, something safe, and then use Perplexity to do deeper market research, right? Everyone's doing it. Make sure you're doing it, right? Any comments, questions? So again, now that we've covered that, now it's about the next part is how to get your first offer, right? And that's next month's event, right? So you have all your stuff, you have time to prepare. If you decide to come back, remember this is every 4th Monday, and you might be like, hey, everything you said, I got my first 3 clients, I'm making money, right? Got my Shopify store up, I launched my books, my Teachable's doing great, my school account is doing great, my Discord is doing amazing, my newsletter is doing fine, I'm crushing it, right? So, any comments, questions, concerns?
This might be a stupid question.
No, it's never a stupid question.
But the assets, the courses, the books, the templates, like all that stuff, start with AI to map it all out, and then how much customization goes into that.
That's where you start refining what it is you want to start building off of, right? You're going to go into other people's courses and say, hey, this is what they offer.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to offer.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to fill in the gaps, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to start to say, show me what a typical course structure is going to look like. You're going to take that document, you're going to sit down and start refining every part of it.
Yep.
And say, okay, cool, I want to work on this next week. I'm going to shoot 4 videos for this part. And then next week, I'm going to shoot 4 videos for this part. And then the next week, I'm going to shoot 3 videos for this part. And you're going to sit down and refine it, right? And then you'll go to whatever platform you're using and start using our tools to upload it. And then people will start buying your course, right? Yeah, so, but yeah, so that's everything from there. What I do basically is the same thing that I kind of covered here, right? I'm a consultant. I help people build out AI case discoveries and show basically consulting for analytics. Everything you did here, most people don't do, right? They use AI, they do all this stuff, they're talking with their things, but how many people are using AI to make money, right? They use it as your job, that's great, but has your job giving you a pay raise for creating 4 times the output now? Probably not, right? So I run an AI mastermind group here, so I'm filling out a whole program for that. If you're interested, you can fill out this form. It's a build session, right? Like it's all just building, it's going through and taking different types of ways. So like, hey, here's an idea. How do I build out that whole process, right? A lot of times people just talk to AI. Many times you're not building with AI in the sense of how do I get it into the hands that people want, right? So I have book recommendations as always. If you've been in this program for a while, you know I always bring books. So as I said, you should know how to sell online, right? So this is very important. It has a lot of tools in here that many people are not familiar with, right? So knowing what all those tools are is key to selling online, right? So please make sure to check that one out. Oh, before I forget, please sign in real quick, pass this around. I just need a head count for tonight. Then click. How do you get people to click your stuff, right? If you haven't read this book, there's a lot of marketing books out there like this, right? Automation mindset. This one's, I've mentioned this many times before. This is taught at an enterprise level, so if you're doing it at your level, this will give you a lot of good insight as to what you should be looking for. And of course, the famous mastering AI, right? It's not technical, it's more of a how to understand how to approach AI in the sense of what you're doing, right? From different perspectives. So it's really fun. This one I thought was really good. How AI will change everything. It will change everything, right? And if we've been paying attention, it is very much helping people make a lot of money today, right? Who here knows this guy? Frederick L. So this guy is what's known as a power seller, right? And I always tell people, go learn how to sell. People know how to create stuff, they just don't know how to sell, right? He sells billions and billions of dollars worth of real estate every year. Go learn how they do that, right? Because he's very good at what he does. So if you have more questions, you can book time with me right here. I will leave this up. I do have a giveaway, so we will get to that. I'm going to ask a question of something we covered tonight. The first person to raise their hand will get the item. And I do have a Discord, so I'm slowly building this one out, so if you have any recommendations for it, this will also be in the slides if you request them, right? So this one right here just provides like events that I'm going to be adding, and anything else you want to include on it, please let me know, right? I do have a LinkedIn page. That was what you scanned in the beginning, so if you haven't joined me already, please scan this, follow the page. And then I would appreciate feedback. So this, I'll leave this up for like 30 seconds to a minute. This helps me figure out what are you looking for, right? What parts helped you, what parts didn't help you. All right, and the giveaway prize. So I always give away one of these because I have a lot of them, right? So if you were here at the beginning, and we went through some stuff, what is the average amount of money most solopreneurs make a year?
Less than 50,000.
Yes. That's right. Very good.
Thank you.
And that is it. So let's keep in touch. I hope you got something out of this. If you wish to stay in network with everybody here, please share your LinkedIn, connect with somebody you talked to or didn't get to talk to. And as always, this is every 4th Monday, and we have this room until about 8:30. So appreciate your time, and if you want to come talk to me further, I will be available. So I'll leave this up for a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and if you need parking validation, if you park in the hotel, here's your tickets.
Did you get this?
You know, I have this thing of DeepSeek. I use DeepSeek. Pretty much,
do you do WhatsApp?
I've been looking at it now.
All the time?
Yeah, it lays everything out.
Oh, yeah, it's 512.
I didn't know it's created. The YouTube video my laptop camera, right?
You did?
Yeah. Oh, your mind is so fast, by the way.
Really?
You get it?
590.
One direction.
We have to have a paid account or?
No. Yeah, you already know the deal.
Just like fractional works of building out like HubSpot,
Really?
So the next one's gonna be how to get your first job.
Nobody ever remembers 512-519-0-1767. Yeah, that's good.
Like now it's all about making sure that it's consistent, the branding is consistent, that everything the client is looking for is workshop, but because of what you do, you have a range of options. Right, because the clients might come from all kinds of areas. So that was one of the main
That's
Oh yeah? You know a lot of these?
Okay. So events and stuff. Yeah. Most people.
Everybody sign in already?
Are like.
Everybody sign in already? Yes, yeah.
So okay, so I think holistically, I think in layers of others, I think abstractly, and I think systematically. I think survive the night. And so my heart's promise is trying to get someone to understand what I'm trying to say, because I have to break it down into a linear progression. So I use AI to take my thoughts and put it into a linear progression. So I can just get someone to understand what I'm trying to say. Because otherwise, I'll say this, I'll say this, I'll say this, I'll say this, I'll say this. And in my mind, I know what I'm doing, because I'm connecting those dots. But then the person's just looking at me like, kind of like, when I read your papers, when I read them, and then when I started throwing things out at you, I saw your eyes and your facial expression and response and everything, and I was literally reverse analyzing your thought patterns based on the work I was throwing out there. Because when you're this close, people don't understand that. There's so much information that people give away when you're this close, but it's identifying. That's the No, it's everything. But what I'm saying is eyes don't lie. Everything else does. I don't like it because people can control the sales because they know that.
What's your background?
Software.
Okay. What were sales or?
Because no, just building software.
Oh, building software.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because
because I feel like you have
It's the shortest connection.
like aroma.
I don't know, is that good or bad?
No, like a, you get the voice or whatever.
Yeah, no, I've been independent for a long time, 8 years.
Okay.
So I built this for myself, not this, I built Leap for myself, so whenever I want to get in touch with somebody on LinkedIn, okay, this is what I built for myself.
I'm gonna give you
I built this tool called Leap,
I'm gonna give you something
and
Well, right now, I think my cringe moment is.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, this is your background.
so let's say I wanted to sell to Jordan here. So I'd come over to
give away
Leap,
80% of it. 50 people come in. So you spend your time trying to filter all of it. Not just any
bot. So it's going to pull in his info off of
what happens is,
I'm going to come over here and record a quick video.
what happens is,
I don't know how to pin a comment.
if you try to sell and coach everybody, so
I'm not going to send it.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is live.
Hey Jordan, I saw you were posting about this and this problem on LinkedIn. I solved this and this. If you want to have a further conversation about it,
you realize that
so when you go do that, some recording will actually generate like a
this
title and a nice URL for this.
most people.
This will take a second. So this is gonna do this based on my,
Most people,
on the transcript, so.
they don't actually apply.
Yeah,
They don't
this is just gonna
actually
generate
apply.
these
If they
based
do,
on this
it's because
transcript. It'll just go ahead and create this.
they don't actually get the results, because unless you have.
So then again, based on the transcript, it's gonna generate some, like a nice looking URL like this, and then a nice looking intro message. I'll just copy that full DM, and then I'm not gonna send this to Jordan, I'm gonna send it to test account. Here that I know, I send these to him all the time, but he's basically gonna get something that looks like this here. So it's this nice looking URL with this nice title. It's like really personalized for him.
Are you pulling contact data as well? Like email, phone number?
I'm pulling whatever LinkedIn gives me right now.
Oh, okay.
So if you have like that stuff stored in our CRM file or whatever, you could hook
They
right.
did it
Yeah.
as a.
But then it's gonna go over to a
loss
page
leader,
that looks
revenue
like
loss leader.
this. So this is like a full landing. Like I built a full landing page builder.
Oh, I see.
And so it's like his logo. Here's the title. It's like super customized for Tim, and then I have a bunch of sales collateral down below.
Yep, and so they did all that.
I have a decent sized waiting list and bringing on the first users right now.
Board saying, get
Sales.
McKinsey in here.
So I built this for myself,
You
but
guys aren't doing it, get McKinsey in
but anyone that's like,
how they made money.
if you want to sell into the account, you can't do cold email.
Because of AI,
You can't
the
do,
board.
like maybe you can do cold email, but it's like, you don't want to burn that.
I was just
Straight
saying, I have
AI and
a
McKinsey
market
and all
like
that
mastermind group, and we
getting
do like
all the
once a
answers,
month,
and they're trying to
we,
do
like
it,
the last one we
but it's
had,
not working. And they're
direct
really-
phone calls, email,
Because I can
like
send you
like
this, send
LinkedIn
you the,
messages
report.
and referrals.
So LinkedIn, like, I talk to a lot of people, and like, the question I always ask is, do you have LinkedIn? I say yes. I say,
Yeah.
do people send you messages trying to sell you shit on LinkedIn? They say yes. I say, do you ever respond? They say, no. And I say, I have sent hundreds of these to people,
Because.
Let's exchange comments.
and they respond. Like, the response rates are really high, and the response rates are, not just the response rates, the responses themselves are like, so holy shit, you're sending that out that you, like, that was awesome.
I mean, you just rip through like, I mean, you can rip through like 50
Oh, yeah, and SDR, like, you do it full time?
Yeah. I mean, you really know your targets for the day. You
Yeah.
just rip into 20 of those, and then you can call, and then you can email them.
Yeah. Because what people really like, people are so sick of the AI, they're so sick of the mass outreach.
Yeah.
They just ignore it. But if you can do, you don't even have to be that compelling. Yes. Hey, John.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're a human, I'm a human. How are you doing?
So,
I saw you.
let's cut through the AI, so you're competing against Loom, Vidyard, and
Yeah.
those companies.
Yeah. But this is, Loom is like a general video tool. So this is like 100% meant for sales. So it's gonna drive you to this landing page, and this landing page is like, again, you can customize it to be however you want. It's meant for conversion.
Dude, yeah.
That's
I'd love to connect, man.
You have LinkedIn?
Yeah.
What they like to do, what they enjoy, what they're
What is it?
And I can figure out.
Last name Push, P-U-S-C-H.
Hire up with,
S.
and then like
German last
do a development coordination
from
teaming
No, from
process.
Pennsylvania.
And
can't really reach them again.
no AI is ever gonna do
We'll send you a link.
it.
But yeah, I've sent
If they could do it.
hundreds of these. We've done it, and like,
So.
the response rate is crazy high.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like if you want to sell into an account that's
So
and you want a 10 or
default,
20x of chances that they respond positively to you,
Yeah.
or you just need to reconnect something on LinkedIn, something like that. It's like people just like when they get a real human. Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah.
I saw you posting about this. Yeah, I do this. And they're like,
You can literally, this whole turn it into.
It's different, you can personalize it.
and
You're
I'm trying to make tools that make like, I want the personalization, so it's like, if you get a lead link, you know it was a real person.
Mhm.
The manager.
But I want to make that super easy to
But they're able to
Yeah.
buy.
So it's like you
What was
just
your name?
keep
Code.
KUI.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too. The problem is I'm not like a GTM
HR companies.
guy.
So HR companies, and when I say HR companies, I'm talking.
I do have a way, yeah.
And people pay losses,
People wanting to pay.
all them companies.
I've been going around.
People
I presented it.
they're realizing
People.
are you in San Antonio? What they need.
I'm from San Antonio, yeah. I'm up here
They need
for like a week and a half.
build the HR department because everyone's cutting down on HR departments. Everyone, yes, but HR departments always want the first to go because it's a cost center. It's never a profit center. And more importantly, everyone's saying, oh, Paylocity has, if you've been on Paylocity.
But there's a stack that they can plug into. I'm assuming.
They have all the SOPs, they have all the compliance, they have, so they're literally firing, literally, they're firing people, so all you need is a couple coordinators, and you just gut it.
Down from the platform.
Yes, yeah, you're literally, so you do the same thing for teaming coordination, where it's literally like, hey, you're not gonna hire me.
And then
I don't wanna be hired.
Well, you're not gonna hire me, but you want my information, you want my capabilities, you want my skill set.
definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun.
You're gonna be doing the same thing that they're doing.
So did you get to talk to Jacob?
What they did is, there's a few companies. They have figured out how to match people. They have figured out how to match. And then, more importantly, you're not telling them if you put these people together, it's solved. What it is you put the people together, you put them through team building exercises, you get them to, but you understand what I'm saying, okay? So you go, yes, I'm giving you your plate. So you go.
You're gonna have to give it to me again, because I'm so overwhelmed right now, and I just
Go
wanna
ahead.
say,
Go ahead.
thank you. But really, I'm totally gonna like,
That's how I.
would you be okay with meeting
Yeah.
up and like, sparring?
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
I did
It was a pleasure.
You don't have any social media presence at all?
Sort of.
I just wanted to say thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super overwhelmed by all the information you've given us.
Okay.
but
Good, that's great.
Great. Hi, I'm Keely. Nice to meet you.
So he's a student at St. Edwards.
Huh?
At St. Edwards.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I live down the street from
Marketing.
town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all I know about St. Edwards. That's awesome. Glad you're here.
So I'm glad it helped you, so hopefully now you have like a plan for what to do when you get home. This is all,
Ish, a lot of stuff to absorb.
Good.
Because there's like a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
But I missed your QR code for the 15-minute.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Like, it's cut off here, but
And I wanted to say
I'm like,
thank
for
you.
the brand launch, we need social posts. So instead of like making videos for 6 hours, only now is that getting automated. I'm like, give me a, countdown and then logo, and then I get this cursor where I tweak some of this, and then I just.
What are you studying at St. Ed's?
There's some compression, but before this,
Okay.
it was like, and it's not fully respected, thank you not so much, but, there's some compression, but it's still like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming. Yes.
We're able to pump out like a lot more content and
Yep.
and then we're going to.
I have a list of 25 students that I still have to go.
And dates.
And 25 students. And,
just don't mind like change, make this format.
I need seniors and juniors. So everyone that applied for all freshmen. So when I did their interviews.
But it's like
So the thing is, they need a lot of training. right? They need this, they need live streaming, but they're not very good at like financial models, they're not very good at like being resourceful. They rely on AI so much.
Good idea.
For efforts that they're just like,
Put it in the backlog.
Yeah.
first you're gonna sit there.
Yes. So, that's where.
So then I was just like, okay, if I'm gonna go to a company that does, like, let's say AI matching for like super looking for part-time work,
Just
what's gonna happen, right? And I would have them in the end to go test it out. And they're like, oh, it gives me all these jobs. I'm like, okay, cool. And I tell people it's like handshake. And then all of a sudden they found it can't access information. I'm like, why not? You said it has all the information. They're like, well, it says it requires a login. Oh.
They're paying a premium, what you're really
Yeah,
worth.
so, I have 5 right now that email me like every day. They're like, they want the job so bad.
Like science students are like following.
They're following up, and I just don't have the time right now to like respond back because of just like, okay.
Profit, it's like, no, dude, we're paying for them.
Yeah, I gotta figure out like which, because I need juniors and seniors.
It's like simple
And
economics
like
class.
the juniors and seniors need to work with the freshmen to be able to do more of the work, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise the freshmen are gonna come in and it's gonna be like, how do I find this and how do I do this? And when I ask them like, hey, what databases do you have access to in your business school?
It's actually structured like, a lot of the
I'm like, do you ever go
stuff.
talk to your career advisor? Do you ever talk to this? Do you ask like what free stuff you get?
How to rely on AI.
No.
And,
I'm like, do you go, what do you do at your school, right? Like, just tell me what do you?
Me and Jacob were just talking about that. He's like, oh, I know so many students.
so back to what I said, where's the end? He's like, you know, I'm one
No
guy
experience.
able to
See what I
use
mean?
the platform and walk away.
So,
learn
yeah,
something,
I still
save
need
money.
to like go through all that stuff. And I have like 5 that just, they wanna start to ask them, right?
The database, I might.
So, but I still need to go back and make it extensible. Cause ideally, I want like maybe some masters, maybe some MBAs, but yeah. Hey, thanks for coming.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you have a great conversation?
Yes.
Awesome, great, I'm
See
so
you
glad
again.
you made it, yes.
Gotta head back.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I will be staying here in Austin until tomorrow, so yeah. Are you going to the AITX tomorrow?
Tomorrow I might, there's actually a different thing there.
Which one?
UATX.
Nice to meet you.
The Bill Ackman.
Oh, yes, I heard,
That one sold out.
Oh, yeah,
Already.
okay,
We put in the email.
right,
There's another one tomorrow.
okay,
So.
alright. I'll check it out. Good, good, okay, alright, so I might run into you.
So
Yeah,
it's-
okay, I'll see you in San Antonio.
I'll see you then.
Okay, yes, take care.
Oh, you're not gonna be there.
Alrighty, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now, like, I'm trying to get all that done. Yeah, one of the students was just like, I'll learn whatever it is you need me to learn, and I'll go do this, and all this stuff.
We just got fired.
Alright, now I gotta turn the room, so, yes.
How's the YouTube going?
How's what?
YouTube live stream?
It was good, I know, like, so.
Seems like you have to mess with the camera a lot. Like it keeps turning off and then turning back on.
Yeah, I don't know, like I've checked all the settings and I think it's either a heat issue or like something like that, because like, I've checked everything, right?
Yeah.
Because I've watched like these other videos, I'm like, how are you recording for like 2 hours and there's no like stop, right? So, it's kind of annoying. And then, I had another one who, he has the latest GoPro,
Yeah.
and he was telling me that like sometimes the files, it all of a sudden asks for like a codecs on like some of the editing software, and he doesn't know like why it's doing that. And so, and then I have another GoPro that I recorded video with, but I don't know what happened because it asked for a different codecs, and you have to buy that codec. So I'm like, why?
So is that your 2 GoPros? One's for live streaming, the other one's like for recording the session? Or why do you have 2?
No, so like when that battery dies,
Okay.
then I switch to the other one. Right? Yeah, it's funny that she's like all excited that her videos go viral and then they don't know what to do.
I was gonna ask her, how many videos a day do you upload?
Well, she told me like 2, 3, or 4 videos a day.
Teach her, like, show her Nidal's
God.
agency. She does like what, relationship content?
Yeah, like relationship advice and things like that. I mean, like she's in a really good market, right? But the problem is like she doesn't know how to monetize. So she's giving out all this like advice and like little tips.
She does coaching too?
Yeah.
Was that the lady you were telling me about that
I just met her tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember there was another lady you told me that does like coaching for men or something.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one, she travels the world doing that. So she has like all these like big mastermind groups, and she tells me, and I've known this for a long time. She's like, men will just give me money because they just want to give me money.
This is something else maybe.
I'm like, you're just now learning this? You know? It's really funny. I think Connor and Samuel should be in the back.
Oh yeah, that was a nice experience at UC. I didn't end up finding,
Yes.
I didn't end up finding that room, like it was over in Combs, but, there were some groups going on that I didn't end up finding.
So does that mean that you've been back more than once now?
Not yet, no. I did not go back yet, but I plan to in the future. I was asking like, what's his face? He was just right here.
Was that?
Jack, was it his name?
Jacob?
Jacob, yeah. I was asking if you wanted to go to. Okay.
Did you get his contact info?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.